Welcome to Trimble Landfill Compactor Operators video short series. This is the third video in this series and we'll be covering the Earthworks app, landfill compaction algorithm, and customization. If you have not already watched the first two videos in the series, please do so now. Trimble's landfill compaction algorithm, or LCA, uses elevation changes to determine compaction. The algorithm is very customizable depending on site needs and machine size. While using the LCA, pass count, compaction range, and new material thresholds are all handled automatically using the system's elevation data. There is no need to reset the map with LCA. In this settings example, the thick layer is set to 2.5 feet, meaning if you roll over an area exceeding that thickness, the map will turn black. This is to show an area too thick to properly compact and needs to be spread out. You may then reset the thick layer to remove the black areas and continue compaction. Let's get started by logging into Trimble Earthworks. In this example, I have created some additional correction sources to illustrate some options you may have in the field. System status looks good, so I can hit Start. Looking at the main operator display, it appears dark mode may not be my best option. I can access my system settings in the top right corner. While in system settings, I will also adjust my layout for compaction mapping. Layout may be changed in system settings or by long pressing on the display itself. In Earthworks, there are at least two ways to get to any given function. Opposite of system settings is the work settings icon. Work setting options will change based on the machine type. With a landfill compactor as the machine configuration, our work settings relate to compaction mapping and measured data. You may also record a point. That point will save to the measured data file you currently have active. Recorded points are a great way to mark locations of interest for the office, or even to navigate to if needed. The point will be recorded at the current guidance focus, either left drum, right drum, or projected center. Points may be managed in the Point Manager, or by long pressing the point. You may turn on additional point information in the Overlays screen. The Overlays screen allows you to adjust what you see on your main operating screen. Due to having a single GNSS configuration, the machine will not know its heading until moving. Press here to indicate travel direction. Due to most landfill compactors being single GNSS configurations, you will need to tell the system which direction you are facing. Dual GNSS systems such as landfill dozers do not require this step, as having two GNSS receivers allows the system to calculate its heading. Above the travel direction icon is the Reset Thick Layer icon. Above that is Disabling or Enabling Mapping. Above the mapping icon is the Guidance Focus icon. You may also long press this icon to quickly access the drum manager if needed. Moving over to the compaction map, you can center your machine on the map with this icon. You can turn the LCA map off and on with this icon. And you can toggle between plan north and travel direction with this icon. Above the main map is the measured data icon. You may long press this icon to switch between measured data work orders or add new ones. Next, I will switch from generic compaction mapping to a design. I can do this in work settings or by pressing the Trimble Earthworks logo to get back to the dashboard. It is not uncommon to have to reload a design after revisions have been made in the office. With an active design, you will note I have more icons available. In addition to measured data, I now also have horizontal and vertical offsets available. I can long press either to access their respective screens. Horizontal offsets are for offsetting guidance line work, such as the aforementioned centerline alignment. Vertical offsets allow you to offset the design in smaller increments. In a landfill, you will likely have an airspace design you are working to, such as top of waste. If you do not have individual lift designs, you are able to approximate your own with offsets at need. Lastly, we have the text ribbon. You may access the text ribbon screen in the system settings, or by long pressing the ribbon itself. There are many customizable options for the text ribbon. I would highly recommend using the information icon to see what might be applicable to you and your workflows. You may swipe left or right to view items in the text ribbon, as well as press and hold to reorganize what information you have. Let's dig a bit deeper into the settings before we wrap this up. Starting with the system settings, you are able to access 3 of the 4 tiles from the dashboard right at the top. Scrolling down, you are also able to completely customize your user interface by adjusting the display layout, adding light bars to the sides of the display, customizing the text ribbon, adjusting the theme, and accessing the Overlays menu. Yet to be discussed, but possibly the most important, would be the configuration section of the system settings. Units allows you to adjust the units to something you're more familiar with, such as percent versus degrees or stationing format. You can also change your correction source and sound settings. Please note, it is not advisable to change any setting relating to GNSS tolerance. You cannot make a GNSS system more accurate by adjusting a setting. You will only be adjusting your tolerance to the errors you're seeing. This could cause potential issues going forward. Consult with your local technology support specialist before making any changes. Moving on to work settings. Now that we are in design mode, more options are available, such as horizontal guidance and elevation offset. This is where you will find the fourth dashboard tile as well, for changing the job setup. In addition to Points Manager, you will also find Layers Manager for organizing design line work, and Surfaces Manager for switching between guidance surfaces when necessary. Many of these options are also accessible by long pressing on the primary operating screen. When in doubt, press and hold. This has been using and customizing Trimble Earthworks for landfill compactors. You have completed this mini-series. For additional resources, reach out to your local support specialist and download the Trimble Assistant app to your Android or Apple device. And remember, Earthworks has its own help guides built in. Thank you for watching. Trimble, transforming the way the world works.